What's up, you guys? Teddy Striker here, and this week we've got a lot of great fights. On Thursday, there was Cedric Doumbé versus Baki in PFL in Paris. Then on Friday, there was Knockout Chaos, Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. And then on Saturday, we have this huge card, UFC 299. And let's talk about it. How does Marlon Vera beat Sean O'Malley? He's the underdog. He beat Sean O'Malley before, but a lot of people are saying that, oh, well, that doesn't show who the better fighter is because he just kicked his perennial nerve and it just shut down his leg. But Chito Vera has a great chance of beating Sean O'Malley, and if I was in his corner, this is what I would tell him to do to win this fight. And my prediction is going to come out later this week, so make sure you guys tune in for that too. But let's get on to the first key to victory for Marlon Chito Vera. And that's leg kicks. Leg kicks is basically how he won the first fight. He threw several leg kicks to near Sean O'Malley's calf, and one of them just happened to hit behind his knee, and it hit his perennial nerve, and it just shot O'Malley's leg down. And he was able to stop him through ground and pound when Sean O'Malley fell on the ground. And O'Malley actually he's got quite a bit of a wide stance. So those kicks are going to be open. Aljamain Sterling was landing a lot of kicks on him. Peter Yan was landing some leg kicks as well. There was another fight, I can't remember his opponent's name, but he did struggle with a leg, with some leg problems. So I think that could be a weakness that Chito can exploit again on Sean O'Malley. So, use those leg kicks and open up your offense, but build your game plan around those leg kicks. Now, the second key to victory for Marlon Vera is to use body kicks as well. Chito has got some powerful kicks. He's got great dexterity in his kicks. We've seen that in the Rob Font fight where he was throwing Shawn Michaels style sweet chin music on his face. So, mix up some of those kicks to the body. Sean O'Malley, he's obviously going to be explosive. He's going to use those fast switch muscle fibers. And Chito's a slow starter, so you're going to have to slow him down along with the leg kicks, take away from his gas tank as well, so that in those championship rounds, you can really put it on him. So go with those body kicks early, take away his energy. And yeah, also Peter Yan was landing a lot of those body kicks on Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley's guarded, there are some times where he keeps his hands a bit lower, that when those kicks are going to be a bit open. And sometimes he does bring his hands up as well, but you can definitely build off around that. You can throw some front kicks to the body, some round kicks. Just go to the body with your kicks. The third key to victory for Marlon Vera is to pressure, because Sean O'Malley, he's going to be using that footwork. He's going to be moving around, and when he's also a really good counter striker. And when you're that good at counter striking, you kind of need a lot of space. I would say Sean O'Malley does really well when he's in the center of the octagon. That's where he knocked out Aljamain Sterling. He's able to control the distance and the range very, very well. So take that space away from him, push him back along the side of the cage. Don't give him as much space. Kind of like how Sean Strickland just really pushed Adesanya to the cage, and then really give him as much space or openings to land his counter shots. The next key to victory for Marlon Vera is to not start slow. Chito, he has a tendency to really start slow in his fights, especially when it's 5 rounds. He did that with Rob Font, but he was able to drop Rob Font and just kind of win rounds by having the bigger moments. And with Corey Sandhagen, he wasn't able to do that. He started off slow, and Corey Sandhagen got his timing and rhythm in the fight. He started getting comfortable, and then he just kept doing the same thing because he had momentum, and Chito was just trying to catch up. He was doing the same thing with Dominic Cruz. He was, starting off slow, but he was eventually able to find an opening and win rounds by dropping Dominic Cruz. Same thing with Frankie Edgar. This guy just consistently does this, but in this fight, I don't think it's going to be a good idea. I think he's going to have to start putting it on O'Malley and trust his gas tank a bit more. In his last fight versus Pedro Munoz, that was a close fight. But when he started picking it up, he was finding his rhythm, and he was like winning comfortably. So he's gonna need to not start off slow against Sean O'Malley. The next key to victory for Marlon Vera is to use that stiff jab. Chito, he's got some good power. He was able to drop Dominic Cruz several times with his left hook. He dropped him one time with a jab. And with Pedro Munoz, he showed a great jab in that fight. Like, he was controlling him really well. And, Peter Yan was, like, landing a couple punches here and there, but he was, like, missing quite a bit. But Chito has a longer reach than Peter Yan. And even Chris Montino was landing, he was tagging Sean O'Malley up quite a bit, to be honest, if you look at that fight back. But I think Chito, like, he's got a great jab, he's got great reach. I think he should start using that to kind of disrupt Sean O'Malley's timing as well. And the last key to victory, I'm going to say, for Marlon Vera to win this fight is to use catch counters. I'm going to put an example on screen. That was from the Peter Yan fight, and Chito has really good defense. He's got kind of a long guard, but he's also really good, like, at deflecting your shots with, like, a high guard. And when he does that, Sean O'Malley, sometimes when he gets comfortable and he gets in his range and everything, he starts hitting people, like, with shots, but then, like, he'll drop his hands and he won't, like, bring his hands back up to his chin to defend himself, and he leaves openings as well because he stays in range. He doesn't disengage fully. So if he does that against you, blast him some counter hooks. You got a longer reach than Peter Yan. Peter Yan was able to tag him up with that, so Chito should definitely be able to. It's just a matter of, like, timing and seeing those openings and capitalizing on them. So now to recap everything I've said for Chito Vera to beat Sean O'Malley this weekend. The first thing he's going to need to do is use leg kicks. The second thing he's going to need to do is use body kicks as well. The third thing he's going to have to do is apply pressure on Sean O'Malley, push him backwards. The next thing is don't start slow. The fifth thing is to use a stiff jab. And then lastly, Chito Vera is going to need to use some catch counters. He can grapple as well, but to be honest, I feel like Sean O'Malley, like, he might be a better grappler than Marlon Vera. I don't see Chito, like, between those two guys, I feel like O'Malley's more likely to go for takedowns. Like, I think that Chito, he's the type of guy that, likes to keep it on the feet. He doesn't go for takedowns too often. He will, like, grapple, like, on the feet. With his clinch work, he's got some nasty elbows in the clinch. Like, I forgot the dude's name. It was Grant something. It might have been Davey Grant. I can't remember his name, but he was butchering him up with elbows. Like, it was nasty, and he's got some good clinch work. He was using the clinch to, beat up Son Yadong here and there as well. So he can definitely use that to his advantage. But I think he's just gonna try to strike with O'Malley for the most part and wear him down, and then eventually, like, look for O'Malley to get tired and find a big shot to eventually finish him off. But yeah, I think Chito can definitely win this fight.